Welcome to Conversations and Opinions. I'm Shae.
I'm Clorissa.
Tarvis.
I'm Caronica. And we will be talking about the famous question, can you be in love with two people at the same time?
Absolutely not.
Well, we see
But go
where
ahead.
she stands.
Yes.
Ladies,
Yes, ma'am. Let's get into it.
this is an interesting question.
age-old question.
So what I'm going to start off, and I'm just going to say
Okay.
that I absolutely believe that you can be in love with two people at the same time.
Okay. Go ahead.
And one of the reasons why I believe you can, because I feel like it's no rules to this. I feel like whatever you allow, or whatever position you put yourself into, and if it goes that way, I don't think you can say if you say that you're not in love with, if you stop it, you're stopping it. It's not that you can't be. I just feel like there's no rules to it.
So if you went natural with the flow of things and didn't put barriers in place, it's very easy to find yourself. Okay.
Yeah, no. I disagree.
Okay.
Because everything is a choice. Okay? And people always talk about, the brokenness in relationships and people you get involved with because they're not whole. So if you can be in love with two people at the same time, how are you whole? And then why are you expecting the other two people to give you 100% when you ain't even 100% there? So that makes no sense to me. On the flip side of it, a part of me feels like maybe only because it's a choice. But you stated that if it's a natural flow and you don't put barriers, then you're opening your heart to everything. And that goes back to when they say if a married man or your boyfriend has a conversation with another female, just a conversation, is that cheating?
That's a totally different segment of the love box. So, and everything is up to interpretation. I believe that you can be in love with two people at one time. I'll give my reasons later, but I agree with Caronica that it is not only possible, it has probably happened more than people are admitting out loud.
Exactly.
And people are making a tough decision based on societal stipulations that you have to just make a choice. So,
So then we should all just be in love, and if that's the case, then you should. What is it? Polygamy?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Okay, so Shae, what say you? What say you, Shae?
So I do not believe that you can be in love, not just love, but in love with two people.
Right.
I believe that if God allows me to have this overwhelmingly agape love for a person, how do I give all of myself to
Come on now, preach.
this person, all of my attention and care and love to this person, but then I can actually do the same with this person. So I'm only 100% of a person. So how can I give 200 to two different people?
There.
How do people with multiple children give equal love?
But see, that's a different love, though. So, because I feel like
there's a children love.
Thank
there's
you.
a parent love.
Come on
there's
now.
a friend love. There's a
preaching.
love that I love this person, but I have not gotten to that point to where I'm in love with this person.
Come on, preach now.
But if you can still separate it like that, then you can still, the way you're just saying that, if you can mentally still separate love like that, then why can't you
But it's not mental. It's what I give. It's what I receive from those
taking
that I'm experiencing.
We ain't putting no $2 in that.
But it's still a mental thing.
It is. Love has never just been based on one or two or three components. Love is physical. Love is mental. Love is emotional. Love is about reciprocation. Love is about action. So that's why there are love languages too. There are many different layers to love. I find it funny that Caronica and I are both married and have the perspective that it's possible to be in love with two people. For the record, I'm not. I'm totally all the way in love, and so is she.
Yeah.
So we are. No. You can't speak for us in our way of thinking. Okay. That doesn't mean. See, this is good. This is good. Okay. This is good. Wait a minute. Some people think that automatically, just because you feel that way, that you believe in polygamy and all that stuff. That may not be true for everybody. I'm all the way in love with one person. Period. But so is she. But our perspectives, I just thought it was an interesting point that she and I feel that way.
And I agree. So here's my question to that. If you guys believe that and you're all the way in love, you're past in love, did you pray and ask the Lord to divorce you from them spirits? And if not, do you still have remnants from that, since y'all believe y'all can be in love with two people? Because here's why I'm saying you cannot. Because if you were in love with somebody else and you can be in love with two people, so y'all say, and y'all married, so are you truly 100% in love with your husband?
It's a choice. All of it is a choice.
It is a choice.
You are choosing.
Come on, Shae. Come on, preacher.
I love it.
Come on, preacher.
I just don't. I can honestly say there was one time in my life that I can actually pinpoint where I consider myself to be in that place of in love. And that wasn't a choice for me.
Okay.
The reason why I say it wasn't a choice, because I wouldn't have chosen that person to be in love with. I sure wouldn't have. But for some reason, I don't know. I just had this overwhelmingly feeling and devotion for this particular person. And I don't know. It was just so weird how I've had relationships and, you know, we had good and bad times, but for this particular person, I had this agape love for her. Like, I tried and I would do, and I wouldn't have done that.
So you made a choice to not give your effort elsewhere. The choice. No. I'm not saying the love is a choice. The love is a thing that happens naturally. Love is a
effort. I've always given effort, but it's a difference. Like I give effort to all of relationships that I am in. I'm not taking away any of myself that I will give to someone to show them that I am interested, that I want this, that I'm not giving that, I'm not taking that away. But what I am doing.
Let me just ask this quick question. So when you're in that state, you're giving 100% of you, correct?
100.
Okay, that's all I want to know. Okay, just confirmation.
As am I in my marriage.
Right. But
okay, but you said you can be in love with
it's two possible. I didn't say I am.
Right. No. I'm not saying possible that you guys are, but that's why I'm like, okay. So let me just be real vulnerable here, okay? At this here point.
Okay.
Okay. To me, in love is that love that hurts. And you will allow,
oh Lord Jesus,
a person to smear poopy on you. Okay? And that's an analogy, meaning you will let a person trample all over you because you are 100% vested.
Well, that might be limerence that we was talking about. That might not be in love.
Yeah,
because
I haven't experienced
and that's like more of a session with somebody, or that you do a little bit more than what you're supposed to do. That doesn't sound like in love, because I don't believe I believe that when you're in love with somebody, you do go through pains, but I don't believe that the statement that love just hurts. Love just should not a true statement. Hurt. Yeah. Like,
well, I'm not saying love.
Love is a journey with obstacles, but it should not be.
But you gonna hurt doing those obstacles. Y'all can't sit here and tell me you ain't never been in a relationship where you felt like you were in love and it didn't hurt you to your core.
Right, but
and you allowed that person.
Broke the situation up is what hurt you to the core, not the actual love though. The love didn't hurt. It was
but you stayed in it. You understand what I'm saying? See, to me, when you're in love, you're going to take more than you would generally take when you ain't in love with a person.
But to me, that's not necessarily in love either, because I feel like looking back at certain things, I wasn't in love with that person. I was just mentally not comfortable or safe in my own skin or something. That wasn't in love.
Or mentally advanced enough to know, the difference between the lust, limerence, the new word that Caronica taught us today.
Yes.
And actual love, because this is my second marriage. My first marriage, I had a child out of that relationship. There was lots of love there, but it is a completely different love than what I have in this marriage. And it has come from growth, personal development, growth, and understanding of actually how love and relationships and marriage and commitment and all those things were. I've been obsessed with people in the past. I've had obsessive relationships, but that I thought were love. But in the marriage that I'm in now, this relationship has been consistently one thing, and it's been beautiful. It's been open, and it is because there's not a lot of gatekeeping with this relationship.
Okay, so let me see what the preacher say, since she and
but you
I
notice
think a little
as we all speak about love, there's levels. So like you in the beginning, you thought you were in love with this particular person, and now the next relationship, you're like, oh, wait a minute, that wasn't love. That was something else. Now this is love. But wait a minute, hold up. Now I have a new relationship, and now I have found that this particular relationship has to be what is considered to be in love, because I know now these other relationships were.
But what made a difference in the levels to make you realize
experience. It's life. It's realizing what you want in life and what you want in your relationships, what you want in your household that those relationships didn't give you. And now you're like, oh, wait a minute. I have been touched by a type of feeling from this person that I never got from these people. And it put me in a different place mentally and within my heart, you know?
But I believe that could happen if someone is putting themselves in that position. I think that can happen if you're meeting two great people and you have no boundaries or on the relationships. That can happen, because who's telling you it can't?
You're telling yourself.
Yeah, like that's one thing, is like who's telling you this cannot happen?
Because
you're stopping it.
Like she's saying, if you're starting at ground zero, you meet one guy Monday, 8 o'clock, you meet another guy Monday, 10 o'clock. Both amazing first dates. Guy A asks on a second date, B asks for a second date, you say yes to both. Oh my gosh, that was an awesome time with both of those guys. They keep asking you out on a date. At some point along the way, you keep saying yes, because there's something that's being built there. You keep saying yes to the dates. Now, there is a time where most people decide to take a fork in the road, even if, say neither of these guys ever messes up. The relationships are developing beautifully. The experiences are nice. This guy's giving you this guy's giving you that. You cannot say that it's impossible to feel similar amounts of, consideration.
That's not in love.
Right. No. See,
because you get to a place where there's a fork in the road, where you make a choice. The feelings don't just stop just because the feelings don't stop.
You're stopping it.
You're stopping it because you're making a choice, because you have your own personal beliefs that this is right or wrong. I can only give this to one person. That everybody's entitled to that. But you're making a choice. You are going to discard somebody who hasn't done anything wrong. And we've all done it. I'm married to one person. So I wasn't dating two people at the same time, but if you are in a situation where you're dating multiple people, the feelings for the other person don't just go away just because you're deciding to
level of feeling
you're making a choice that I'm going to.
What if you didn't take the fork out of the? What if you didn't put that fork in the road and to split up? What if you continue to go down that path with those two people?
You end up in love with two people.
Right.
But how do you do that when you? So you feel like you can date two people. And how are you giving 100% of who you are?
What is 100%?
Yeah, girl. Please, let me pass this plate over there.
Yes. Okay, the 100% is all of who you are. Because let's be clear. A lot of people send their representative when they start to date. They're not their authentic selves. So in order for you to be your authentic self, you have to give 100% of who you are. Because y'all know I'm a cusser, okay? So out the gate, this is my disclaimer. I'm an a-hole, I'm a good clean one, and I'm loyal. I'm going to tell you that out the gate. Anybody who's ever met me, male, female, whatever, that's what I'm saying. So if I'm dating one person, I'm tunnel vision.
No, put yourself in the position of dating two people because
I'm about to get there. I'm tunnel vision. So they used to call me 2 for 1 in college because I dated 2 guys. But
what was the one part? What was the one?
I'm the one person.
2 people to 1 person.
Yeah,
I'm just making sure.
yeah. Thank you for the
Time to go. Yeah. I'm head out. I'm sorry. Okay, so 2 for 1. Back to the seriousness.
Yeah, that's what the group of people that I hung around with, and they would be passing each other, coming to see me at the same place.
Yeah.
So
see her.
Yeah,
the one.
The me. Yeah, me. 1, 2, 4. Yeah. So they would tell me that I was different with each one of them. So that's when I had to look in the mirror and say, I want somebody to give me 100% of who they are and being focused on me. So how can I continue doing what I'm doing if I want them to give me what I'm getting?
But were you faking with one of the people? Because that only applies if you're being fake to somebody. If you're being honest,
I was myself, but they were 2 different people. So they were different.
But either out of you.
Yes.
Each person brought something out of you that
in general.
don't necessarily.
With people every day. Everybody you've dated you were different you're not the same person with your first husband that you're the same person with. It does not make it necessarily like, oh well, she was faking. No, she's not married to the same person.
So you that's understandable.
Right.
But I'm sorry.
So you're not gonna be the same.
You just proclaim that you are authentically yourself every time. Everybody know it, no matter.
Absolutely.
So you weren't being fake with either of the people. You made a choice that I'm gonna go over here because I like it better over here, not because this person's doing anything wrong. You just made a choice. But had you continued to let him pass in the hallway, it could have went on for a long time, and you could have been deeply enthralled or entangled.
That entanglement.
Yeah.
I just feel that, because I have, dated, people before. I might have went on a date with this person, and and you continue to see who you really mesh well
who you vibe more with.
Yeah, but it's always for me, because I don't want to discount anybody else, but it's always for me. I always have this thing that something is tugging me towards this other person. I can think this person is so great and have so many things about them that I think is wonderful, but something about my heart would pull me towards a specific person.
Come on.
So you make a choice.
It's still a choice.
It's a choice. It's still a choice.
No, but it's not. For me, it wasn't a choice. It was my heart. I can't choose.
So you
so
nature is leading you one way.
Hey, this dude got this, and this, all these great qualities. This dude don't necessarily have all. If I chose, I would have chose dude.
You choose logic
over
instead
here.
of okay.
But my heart said something about this person. Something is grabbing you and saying this person and you and this person have this mental, physical, whatever, and that's who I needed to be with.
Okay, look at Caronica face. Come on,
I just want to make it clear. I don't think that everybody is going to be in this position.
Or good for it.
I don't think everybody right or good for it. But I don't think that everybody will meet 2 great people and fall in love with these people.
Yes.
But I do believe it can happen.
Yes.
I do believe in most cases you might meet 2 guys and you are or whatever you date. You might meet two guys or two women, and you might have a stronger connection or stronger feeling towards that person. For whatever reason, you might click more with this person. But I believe that in some cases, I've talked to a couple of people over this week, and it's a lot of people, like, a lot of people don't admit it, but a lot of people have fell in love with people, have moved on to other relationships, and are still in love with somebody else.
And that went back to my question. Because you were in love before you married your husband. You were in love before you married your husband. And we've talked shortly about this prior to us having this conversation. And you said the feelings, and I think you just mentioned the feelings don't go away. So you know what I mean?
Let me be clear with what I mean by that. I don't mean that I still have feelings for all the people I was ever in love with.
Okay.
Period. Let me just clear that up right there. What I'm saying is, at the end of every relationship, if you were in love, the feelings don't go away the day that the relationship stops. You work yourself through, time heals all, and you get to a place where you were in love, that was then, this is me now. And then you open yourself up again for a new love. So I don't have remnants, or I don't have lingering feelings for any previous relationship. I want that to be very clear. I don't think you can, I don't hold any feelings for anybody that I was with before my husband, period. I do find it funny that I was divorced for 13 years before I got married the second time. And I find it really funny and ironic for my own journey that it wasn't until I quieted myself and got rid of all of the boundaries. Like, I wanted to be married long before 13 years. You know what I'm saying? I
Absolutely.
All the couple of relationships I had between the first marriage and the second marriage, I went into those with intent. And it didn't always work out. Clearly, it didn't work out, but I was led to my forever love, which is beautiful. But I didn't get there until I actually sat down and said, okay, I'm doing something wrong. Something is wrong. These formulas I'm doing out here are not correct. I sat down and got quiet and got rid of the whole list. Because you know how we have this list of what we're going for, what we're not going for. I just sat down and said, you know what, let me work on myself. Let me work on self-development. So you did self-check for a whole year. And then I was in a much more clear headspace than when my current husband and I came together. There was no question. So there was no room for anybody else. So I understand what you're saying about how you are led and how it's, you know, it's a heart thing. There was no room. There is no room for anybody else. But I didn't get there until I got rid of all of the, oh, you can't be in love. I got rid of all of that. I got rid of all of the
self-check.
Yeah, you self-check and work inward, and then what is going to find you is going to find you, just in that particular instance. But I think if I was dating two people at one time, after the head clearing, if my husband didn't sweep me off my feet like he did, and I met two great guys, I think it could have been very possible to, you know, have a good time with multiple people, and then just have to make a choice because society says you shouldn't be doing this with
and that's basically what it comes down to, because a lot of people date multiple people. That's all right. Well, production, you know, a lot of people date multiple people. Yeah, and so everybody's situation is different. Some people are just like, I'm only dating one person at a time. Yeah. So it's different situation. And then you got some situations like, I just couldn't be with that person for whatever reason. It wasn't by choice that I couldn't be with this person. It wasn't by choice. Our love couldn't go on. So if you guys believe that, then you don't frown on polygamy?
No, you know? I don't.
I feel like okay, so this is my thought on it. That's not for me.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's not for me. Okay. And I don't necessarily understand it. But
I don't understand it. I ain't trying to, but go ahead.
But I do understand but I do understand how he can move forward with different people, because if you open yourself up to that, then yeah, of course.
Okay, hold on. If you open yourself up to different people and you talk about you dating two people at the same time. So say you in a monogamous relationship. I think that's the right word, right?
That's right.
With just you and that person.
Yes.
So if your significant other happens to come across another beautiful person and start talking to them, and y'all in a committed relationship, okay? Then you don't have a problem with cheating because you said, hold on,
That's not true.
That's
hold
different.
on. You said because you opening up yourself.
As
And
a couple, you've opened up to the opportunity, to the possibility.
That's what they agreed upon.
Yes.
That's totally different. That's not even the same thing. That's what they agreed upon. They went into that
Everybody
saying, this is
knew.
what we are
Right.
agreeing upon. If I marry my husband, we agreed to marry each other.
Yes.
That's what we agreed upon.
Yes.
So no, if you come into a relationship and you're agreeing that it's going to be multiple
At some
wives
point
or
down the line,
whatever, it's going to be. That's what you're agreeing upon. That is. I mean, it is a such thing of cheating. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that one person can fall in love with two people at the same time. And it doesn't. And I don't believe it's always cheating because it depends on. You can still be in love with somebody and move on. And I know you say move on to spirits and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
and that just depends on. That's just if you're speaking biblical, yes, but everyone doesn't walk in that.
subscribe to
And,
that,
yeah,
yeah.
so
and I get it, but
I
then
believe.
go ahead. Shae.
So, in my own opinion,
Yes, yes.
Tell it.
of course, with the way I think and the way I can feel, see my heart going, I can only see that being with. I would end up. You can feel these feelings, but at the same time, you have to understand that when you make that choice of I decide to be with this person, then that's what it's going to be. When it comes to the polygamy, was it polygamy?
What you said, Polly? What you said?
Polyamorous.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, polygamy. I believe that those people who are in those relationships, there's one person out of that group of people that they actually in love with.
Come on, Shae.
But the guy is still in love with all the women. Why are y'all
not.
acting like it?
He's in love with.
that's what y'all want to
one of those
believe.
women.
Yeah.
That's what y'all want to
One
believe.
of,
No,
one of
it's-
those women in that group, he
Come
is
on,
in
Shae.
love with. The other women, he has feelings. He might
Come
have
on,
feelings
he
for
loves
her
them.
because he loved her for this reason.
Come on,
He might
y'all
not
making
care
up your
about
own
her.
rules of
He might-
monopoly and
but
Wait,
to be-
hold on. Wait, Shae.
I'm
Did you
gonna
hear what she
let her
said?
finish. Let her finish.